Hey, 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 welcome back to the Passive Buddies podcast. And today we are probably covering a sore topic because in the online world, we invest a hell of a lot of money to make sure we can potentially make some. So today's episode is, are you fed up of paying thousands for the chance to potentially make some money? Now, here is Mr. Polar himself, is Brandon Duff. And of course, he has definitely got an opinion that will get some people annoyed and some people thinking, oh my God, he is so right. Hey, buddy.
Hey, I that was a very polarizing introduction.
Oh,
I
thanks.
I very
Better than
liked
the one
it.
from before.
Yeah, I'm doing amazing, man. I love jumping on these podcasts with you. We do it once a week, once a day, and bust out like 5, 6 episodes. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the podcast, definitely subscribe to the podcast, the YouTubes, all the different channels down below, so you get up to date on all of the things that we are dropping value. But today we're going to be talking about, just like you said, should you spend thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn the privilege of learning on how to actually make money? And the big kind of caveat to that, or I don't know if it's a caveat, but really people compare it to going to college, and people spend, 45, my wife paid $151,000 to go to school that I just paid off for her. She's definitely worth it. Should you go into that kind of debt to learn in the chance of actually making a career out of it? Because my wife, even though she has her double master's, does not work in the psychology field. She works in asset management, nothing to do with her degree. So, is it worth it to invest and go into debt?
I thought you were going to say, do you know when you were like, oh, I paid it off because she's worth it? And then you said just, and just as you said just, I thought he's going to say, just in case you see it, make sure I said it.
No, no, no. She's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
So, guys, yeah, obviously, as Brandon says, we've got the whole concept of, well, you pay to go to school. And even if, like, I know, obviously, our schooling's free up to a certain level, and then you have to start paying. So, I don't know what it's like for yours, like kindergarten and elementary and stuff like that, what payment systems you've got. But ours is, and I put free like that because you pay it through taxes anyway. So,
Right.
you pay it. It's just they label it as free schooling, but it's not really. So you're paying for schooling literally from 4 years old right the way through to depending on when people leave. If your missus has got a double masters, she's well in there to what, 25, 28.
She went quick. So I think she was out I think she was out with her 4 year within like 3 years. So she was, I think, 21, 22,
So you're looking at
21, I think, with after her 4 year. And then she, I think, did the double masters in 2 years. So I think she was out by 23, 24.
so you're looking at 24. So that's 20 years of schooling that you've paid for.
Right.
And there's no guarantee, is there? There's literally no guarantee you'll get a job or even be able to pay off the school bill
Right.
that you've just acquired. Now, when you come into online, like there is investment in online business, no matter what you do, no matter where you go. It's just that level of investment, isn't it? Like, so I'm going to ask you brutally honestly, do you think it's fair to charge someone 4K just to learn how to create a Facebook profile funnel, talk to people in DMs, and create a little piece of content?
No. I see. I don't think I don't, because I just don't find that valuable. Because the return on investment is what, essentially. Um, because if the return on investment, say if that little piece of content is going to be able to make me, 100% recurring or 100% cash on cash return within 30 days, then yes, then it is worth it. But if it's to me, I already know that. So I'll give you another example. This is a low ticket offer, and I was testing it, not testing it, but it was, I'm not going to say the particular person's name, but it was learning how to do challenges. I wanted to see how they did theirs. And it
Right.
was either $500 for the replays, or it was $47 to show up for the live and event. And in going through the training, they talk about, all the aspects of a challenge and all this other things, but it sounded very webinar-ish, which was like a sales pitch. And so essentially, to me, I feel like I'm paying $47 for a sales pitch. So that doesn't, or $500, depending on if you got the replays or not. And so I don't find that valuable. And so what I get out of it is, I think even though I could have spent 500, I chose the live event at 47. And I don't even find that spending $47 was worth it. So you have to find out if, one, it's the value you find out of the certain product is good at the price point. But two, if you're gonna get the cash on cash return, the investment back out, and depending on how large the investment and what the problem is being solved, are you going to get it back within 30 days, 100 days? So like when I'm investing in real estate, I'm putting a large investment into it, but I'm only expecting to get about 14 to 20% cash on cash return within a year. And so what I mean by that, if I were to just break it down, if I were to spend say $100,000 and in my investment, and say to buy a house, I should be getting $20,000 back within that year at a 20% cash on cash return, which isn't great. I mean, it is really great in the real estate space because a 20% cash on cash return is quite solid. But in the online space, I don't find that's a very good return to get 20%. I mean, it would take 5 years to get your money back invested. So you have to find out if it's you find that you can get your return back really, really quickly. And in the online space, you should be getting it back really, really quickly. And so I don't find spending five grand or $4,000 on a program that is teaching you basic fundamentals to be worth it to me.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And people will stack it, obviously, like marketing skills are invaluable. Like, so when you look at the flip side of the coin, like if you can learn how to market and sell online, you will never ever be out of the job, and you will always be able to make money. So when you flip it, there is that side to it. So, but can it be done in a different way? I said to a student this morning when he was talking about, right, I need to get through the full course, and then I was like, but when you actually talk about your driving test, when do you actually start to learn how to drive?
When you start driving.
When you pass your test and you start driving.
Yeah.
Exactly. So from a case of like, you learn when you make the mistakes, when you're out in the field, when you're creating a piece of content that lies flat, or whether you've gone into a DM conversation and you've done the worst thing ever and you've basically asked for sex on the first message. Like all of those things, like they are learning curves that you will learn as you go through. Yes, the courses like some of the courses are a great marketing value, but it's all about that ROI. Like if you're signing up to a course and you've now got to try and sell that course and it's like 4K and it's like it's going to take you 4 weeks to potentially get a sale, maybe 8 weeks or something like that. It's a bit of a scale, isn't it? It's like a seesaw effect. Like, is it worth it? Is it not? Whereas you like to go, and I think the best way about it is you like to reduce that risk, don't you? Like, because I paid for the high ticket courses. I have paid for 3 courses. I paid for 3 courses, and sometimes I learn more from a book, depending on depending on the book and depending on the course.
Right.
Some have taught me like some great skills that I've always been able to take forward and make money from. But it's that ROI and it's the length of ROI that you're looking at. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I always look on my cash on cash return. Like, how quickly can I break even? Because and when you're thinking of investments, when you can break even on an investment, then you're playing with house money. And I feel like that's the same thing with what you're doing with an online space. If you take a course, I mean, it's like if you join a program, is how quickly can you get your money back out of the investment that you made, and then continuously grow that asset, and then leverage it so that you can buy more assets or buy more coaching, or reinvest it into going faster or going deeper. It just really depends, because once you pull that initial capital out, you can then leverage and use that to continuously grow another asset.
Okay, so as you say, like obviously online space, when should you be getting an ROI?
I mean, with something like this, I mean, we have people that are, I mean, I think when you joined, you got day one, maybe day two. I think it was day one though. I think you said 24 hours.
Yeah,
So,
it's less than 24 hours.
you are getting your return on investment like instantaneous. I mean, we have Dustin, who is I think a 19-year-old kid. He has 3 grand or 6 grand uh, in recurring income because he signed up like 30 people within 54 days, I think it was.
Yeah, I know he's on 30 from the last shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 grand.
So he's doing really well. And I think he spent maybe $200 so far in recurring. Um, so that return on investment is a 30x. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, those are two extremes. You got yours in, your ROI in one day, while someone else has a 30x, where they've been doing it for 60 days. So I mean, and then there's people that, like you were mentioning earlier, that have not even opened up the training. And
Mm.
so I mean, obviously we have our accountability group where we tell people to, come to the trainings every single Monday, get your goals worked out for you, your milestones, so that we can hold you accountable and get you achieving what you want to achieve. If that's 6 grand a month, if that's 10 grand a month, whatever that goal is, because you're leveraging software to be a scalable system, and you can actually grow that income every single month. But there's a wide range of what you can do. I mean, me personally, I added $17,000 in recurring income in 24 days when I first launched this program, and now it's into what I think we just talked off air is like 60 days in, and people are just killing it. So I mean, it just goes to show you that you can literally build a business for $1, have all the tools given to you, and build a business that gives you freedom money so that you can quit your job because you have predictable income coming in. And if you learned anything from our previous like podcast where we talk about high ticket, you're not having to resell those people every single month. You have that 6K coming in every single month. Well, not every single month, but if you keep on it, you have that predictable income coming in so that you can really scale your offer, go on vacations, or have that freedom that you want.
Yeah, and I think that's as you say, like for instance, like let's take Dustin for example. Like, he's paid $1 to get access to the course, the softwares, etc. And he's learned for literally $1, and he's already making money, like insane amounts, obviously for a 60-day period. And it's a case of like it's just crazy. Like, yes, there is value investing, like investing in yourself and investing in programs, etc. But your thought process, like how quick can I get that ROI? With something recurring, you can get that ROI 10 times quicker. With that irresistible offer, with the recurring income, you can get it to a point where it's not just an ROI and you paid 3K to get a course, you made 2 sales, 50% commission, you've got your ROI back, but you're starting again each month.
Right.
It's a case of you learn these skills, obviously through these 30-day periods, obviously not really paying a penny. And you not only are you getting like, say, Dustin's now on like 6K a month, so it'll be like 6K every month. Obviously, you have drop off, you have stick rates, and people will drop off as you continue to add to it. It's just compounding and compounding. So now he's got that money to invest in even more learning, even more skills. Like Dustin signed up for the accountability program, and he was literally rearing to go, and he's been leveraging that based off the additional income that he's been bringing in, and he's been getting advice, he's been getting videos, he's been getting extra support. But it's about leveraging the right money at the right time, isn't it?
Well, not only that, it's funny because you're talking about how he's already making that 6K. So like the first month he made 3,000. Let's just make it easy and split it up. He made 3,000. And so he's making that 3,000. Now he's up to 6,000. So he's continuously growing it versus if you do high ticket, you're kind of at a hourly job because you have to think like you put in all these hours and you were saying 50% commission. So say he had 2 sales to break even. So that's $1,000 or $3,000 or whatever the break point is. And he made his 100% ROI. But the next month, if he does 2 more sales, if he only makes 2 sales a month at $2,000 a month, and say you're putting 40 hours in, 40 times 4 is 160 hours. Say 2 grand divided by 160, you're only making $12 an hour, $12.50. And that doesn't even include taxes that you're paying that you have to pay. So take off another 50% for taxes, or 40%, whatever your tax bracket is. And now you're at, $8 an hour, versus someone like Dustin, who was at $3,000 a month, making, $12 an hour. And now he's up to 6 grand a month. And so essentially he doesn't need to work, but he's still making $24 an hour. And if he continues to grow the next month, adds another $3,000, he's now at what is that, $36 an hour. So it just keeps building on his hourly rate in a sense. Even though he's not working, he's essentially getting that hourly rate without having to take any time off from work, with all the time off work, versus someone who's selling high tech, it constantly needs to grind and kind of be working the clock, working those hours to make that hourly rate, and hope that he makes that, or she makes that commission, that high ticket commission.
So in short, and obviously to wrap this one up and bring it back to the point, it is about, guys, obviously, if you choose to invest in market or learning marketing and sales skills, that's not a problem. We're not saying don't, but always in the back of your mind, it's got to be, how fast can I get my investment back and turn it profitable, as passive as possible? And I think by leveraging that and knowing that calculation, right, okay, I need to, how can I make it passive? Because the idea is to quit your day job, not to create another job.
Right.
So go on.
Yeah, I'll just end it with, it really comes down to confidence in yourself. And if you believe that you're going to make an ROI, because if you go in to buy something and you think, this isn't going to work for me, I can't make the money, then that's what's going to happen. You're totally right. But if you go into something and knowing that you're going to kill it, you're going to make your ROI in 30 days, and set up yourself with a goal and being held accountable. That's why we have our accountability group. It's to make sure that people get results and that's definitely down below if you guys want to check that out. But making sure you're being held accountable for your results, and going in that this product and having conviction in the product, you're going to get much better results than going into something and being like, oh, I can't do this, I'm not going to make it. So one, knowing how quickly you can get an ROI, and then 2, having confidence in yourself and being able to achieve those goals with building recurring income. So.
Absolutely love it. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you've liked it, 100% give us a comment. Let us know. Give us some feedback. And again, if you want the 90-day cash flow challenge and you want a $1 trial for 30 days, 100% hit that link below and get yourself signed up and start building that recurring income. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.